Hello everyone and welcome to this week's Inquisition. We are going to try again with reidy to see if we can get him back on and to see if anybody can actually hear him this time. So yeah, we're going to have Golden Road Minis on for his second attempt. Well, maybe 8th or 9th attempt, because we did try a few times when he was on a few weeks ago. So we'll just treat it as a brand new podcast and we'll ask him all the questions that we asked him before that none of you people could hear. So hope you're all doing well. Daddy got a new toy. He's going Leeds of Votan. He's going small angry ginger men to be precise. So yeah, looking forward to this one. And so we'll hopefully get him on. Casey's going to be a wee bit late because, you know, it's Casey and it's what we expect and love of Casey now. Maybe 1 month we'll get him on for a full... Maybe I should just put Casey as hosting every week, because that's really the only time he comes on. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. So I hope you're all well. That's Tablet Ryan. Hope you're well, mate. Thanks for letting me slag you off in the videos. And hopefully you can hear me. And it's not a Wednesday, so Instagram will have no idea that we've went live. Hey Alfred M395, can't hear you, you can fuck off, mate. Alfred M935395, thanks for joining. And there's the man of the hour, the ginger Welsh English accented man himself, reidy. He's like a hodgepodge, he's like a kit bash of the British Isles. So I'll send you an invite now. Taking the dog up to bed. It's some date night. Dog's all excited. And there's a little dog barking. Hey reidy, how you doing?
How's it going, Duke? Can you
So far people can hear me, so they can definitely hear you.
We'll find out now, I guess.
And we'll see how long that lasts. If it doesn't work this time, it's definitely on your weird internet.
I'm like Joe's just been giving me a right hard time with the
Tablet Ryan
messages. Yeah, the little bastard.
Casey's a wee bit late because it's Casey. Is that Keith Lemon? He does look like Keith Lemon a wee bit. Rat proper ball.
It's funny, that was back in the day.
Back in the day. I think you could do both sides anymore. He's had to apologise for every character he's done, hasn't he?
No, he doesn't have to, did he? He did.
Yeah. But I don't think you're allowed to do that. I don't think you could do it now. Like, if you have to try and do that now.
God no. You'd get fucking...
Different times. Absolutely. So we might as well just jump in and we might as well treat it as though you haven't been on before, because nobody really heard you the last time that you were on.
Yeah, so, can you even remember anything I said?
There's a lot of English accents going on, so I don't really remember. So the first question we asked everybody, really, as you know, don't be harsh on Casey, you're a day early. Well, it's better to be early than late. And
Casey's always late though, isn't he?
Yeah, he's always late. He was actually late from last week. What age were you when you first started? What was your first mini and who got you into the plastic crack?
Okay, so I first started when I was, how old am I now? About 5 years ago. It's just before COVID I started. So I got into it because I collected Star Wars Black Series, the 6-inch figures. 6 inches if you're a man, 6 inches if you're a woman.
6 inches if you're me.
Yeah, I had loads. I've got a few in here now, but I had loads, and I was like dead into it. And they basically ruined the hobby, because it was like everything went from sort of finding it in a while to everything had to be pre-ordered. And if you didn't pre-order it, scalpers would buy it, and then you'd be charged like hundreds of quid or whatever. So I started pre-ordering everything, and it just sort of sapped the enjoyment out of it. Like I'd get a model in the post that I'd pre-ordered 4 months before. I forgot I'd even fucking ordered it, and it just became boring. So I wanted out of that, and I needed something else to sort of switch to. And I've always been like dead into collecting like nerdy shit, and I've always been dead artsy, and sort of Warhammer just sort of fit that sort of niche in between the two. I've wanted to collect loads of shit and wanted to paint stuff as well. And I'd always seen it as a kid. Like I used to go into the Warhammer shops as a kid, but we could never afford that stuff when I was little.
Yeah, but we're not as rich as what Casey would have been back in the day.
He's from the south, and obviously he sleeps on beds and money, doesn't he? So
yeah.
But yeah, so I'd always sort of, there's a lad in school I knew called Dale, him and his brother, Mike, his brother was called. Them two, I used to go to their house occasionally, and they had, I don't know what they were, but they'd have fucking loads of them in their bedroom, and I was like, these are fucking awesome, but they were fucking like millions of quid, so like I say, we couldn't afford them. So when I got that adult monies, I was like, well, spend my own money now, innit? And sort of, like I say, I never really intended to even play the game, which I do not a lot now. I only wanted to paint them and collect them, but because I get that obsessive over collecting shit. So even though I was only painting it, it would all still have to be for the same army because I wanted that army collection, if that makes sense.
Yeah, like I was the same. Like I was only into the lore uh, due to a bad Star Wars book, which we've talked about. We'll probably discuss again. And then I was like, and then I got a voucher in work and had like €60 left of it, and I think I bought the Fear No Bread Tread or something. No Fear box set or something. And then it
Yeah.
kind of just snowballed. And it was like a case of like, I'll just collect it and paint it, and then I ended up playing it. And like, I was in a 2-day tournament there over the weekend.
But that's it. The thing is, like, if you've got all, like, this is what I thought. Like, after I got, like, I've got loads of them now. I'm like, well, I've got all these mods, and I may as well fucking play them. Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
And I'm glad I did because I love the game. Love it.
Yeah, it's kind of like,
I play the superior game, you know, Sigmar over 40 shite.
yeah, but I like, yeah, listen, if horses for courses, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm imagining like being from Wales, that the reason that the kind of Age of Sigmar stuff appeals to you is because Wales is pretty much like the Age of Sigmar. You haven't really
I mean,
come
we're
into
superior. We have better models.
you haven't really come into the modern world. You still live in like burning cow poo, and like you still live in huts with thatched roofs and all that sort of stuff, and go out hunting for your food. You know what I mean? Maybe a simpler life for a simpler sort of people, I
You're
suppose.
from Scotland, right?
Oh yeah.
And
I
now
went
live
to
in Ireland.
Yeah, like I just wanted to go back to the Stone Age, to be honest with you. You know what I mean, I was like,
You've gone from like old shit to really old shit.
yeah, I went from the Bronze Age to the Stone Age just to see how harsh the Irish had it, and it's actually quite easy, to be honest with you. Don't really, yeah, you're
Yeah,
right, tablet.
I did start 40k though. My very first, first shit I paint was 40k because that's sort of the obvious entry into it. It's like even when you go to the shop, it's all funneled and it's like fucking buy 40k, buy Space Marines. I didn't do because Space Marines are the worst things ever. But yeah, like I started with Drukari or Dark Eldar, depending on what you want to call them. But it just, yeah. And then you look at the Sigmar stuff, and it's like how beautiful all that is.
They
Yeah,
do
great,
have the better models. And Tablet Ryan, I was banished. I was sent on a crusade to bring the word and Lord of Papa Nurgle and Palpatine to everybody. I'm actually on a crusade. Mate, I've not actually had Midwell Marines. I've not had an Iron Brew in fucking ages. I went off fizzy juice just for like a month to see if I could turn. I know it's like I don't even think I've got any Iron Brew running through my veins now. I went off fizzy juice there for about a month, and it's now like 4 months later. I've not had a
Yeah,
drink of fizzy juice.
we're on a break from fizzy pop, hence the water.
That penguin piss you're drinking.
It is.
Nice. So what was it? What was it? Was it the aesthetic and the models that brought you to Age of Sigmar then?
Yeah, initially. So, like I say, I started with the Drukari, and that was fine. They would, you know, I just sort of looked at what was the best in that line that sort of took my notice, and then I'd start with them. But I got bored painting them really quickly. I was like, all right, I get another. So I painted like is it the Reavers, like the motorbike flying things?
Yeah.
And I painted 3 of them, and I was like, I want to paint something else. And then I painted the little ship. And I was like, oh yeah, it was basically like a bigger Reaver. And then I painted the Raider, and I was like, yeah, it's a Reaver with a sail. And I was looking at all them, and I was like, they all look the fucking same. And I was like, what? Meh. And I started looking through the Sigmar stuff, and I was like, these look incredible. I was like, why am I painting this? I played a mate of mine and Tablet Ryan's. I played a mate of ours, Jake, at 40k once I'd sort of got an army-ish together. And he just absolutely battered me with his fucking OP Blood Angels, whatever they were in 8th edition. And I played him again, I beat him. And I was like, it's fine, but it didn't. I wasn't like, oh, I want to play more, I want to play more. And then I painted all the Sigmar stuff, and then I started playing that, and I really enjoyed it. And then I started just dragging everyone. I got that Jake. I was like, come on, man, just get some Sigmar stuff. So I got into it, and then we started working on Joe. I was like, get some Sigmar stuff, and then mid-realm minis is in the chat. I worked with him, so I was like every day at work. I was like, yeah, it's this Warhammer stuff, and he's like, yeah, I used to do it. I was like, yeah, I'm like, get back involved. And he was like, I've got Templar. I was like, fucking bin them off. Get some Sigmar stuff. So I started working on him, and then some other friends. I started sort of like, I got between me and a few others, we got a decent sort of group of people together. And then I joined like a club, and then I started playing there every week as well. It just sort of grew from there. Now I play every week without fail. Sometimes twice, sometimes 3 times if I'll go and see Joe as well, because he's guilt tripping me at the moment because I didn't come down and see him this week.
Shout out to Workgate Studios. Mr. Internet has joined us, and he's saying, for fuck's sake, not this Muppet again. To be honest, it's the same Muppet, same hairstyle as well. I think his hair's changed since he was on the last time. And I mean, maybe it was better when he was silent, but well, fuck you in this, Sylvanas, I got. But you not think though, right? So. See that that Dark Angels. Do you not think the one with the big sail just looks like the sails barge from fucking Return of the Jedi?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. No Jabba the Hutt on it though, is there?
Yeah, and no Sarlius Crumb either, which is unfortunate. Cut down in his pit. Whatever happened to him? Did he survive the sails barge?
Who? Salacious Crumb?
Yeah.
No, it got blown up, didn't it?
Yeah, but you never. Somebody must have got off that. I mean, it would have been a fair trek back, but there must
have been. It's not going to be him though, is it? And all the people that are going to get off, Salacious Crumb's not going to he's not going to have got off the boat, is he? It took him 20 minutes to run to the side.
But he did move fairly quickly when R2D2 shocked him, though. To be fair.
True.
Yeah, but he's too busy perving after Princess Leia's gold bikini, but that was a turning point for all men, I suppose.
He's a little fucking. I was going to say he's a little rat then. It's like an insult, but he genuinely is a rat, so it's not really that insulting, is it?
Yeah. Yes. R.I.P. So it's just Trump. Gone too soon.
What does
and then we seen his
Salacious B Crumb, do we know?
Hmm?
Is that a knowledge that people have? What does the B stand for in Salacious B Crumb, or is it just B?
Bastard.
Salacious bastard crumb.
So
wait, bastard, yeah.
Do you look at any of the 40k stuff and think, that looks good, or you just was it just?
No, I hate almost all of it, but what I will say is if I was going to collect any, I would only ever look at the Xenos. They're the only ones that even remotely interest me. Orcs are orcs, and they'll always be awesome, whether they've got axes or guns. Like, orcs are fucking cool. Tyranids are quite cool. I quite like them. Both the Eldar factions are decent, but again, they're a bit too samey, like as an army. I think after I've painted a couple of units, I'll be like, I can't be arsed now. But yeah, all of the Xenos, Gene Stealers are cool. They're all decent. Everything else is shite. It's like I think I said last time, everything's a Space Marine. It's like all the Space Marines are Space Marines. Then you got all the Chaos Space Marines. Then you've got the Squats, which are just small, fat Space Marines. Like everything, like even they're all just like a little version of Space Marines. It's just, yeah, it's not for me. Yeah, fat little Space Marines.
Angry wee Scottish Space Marines, to be honest with you.
It's like children in power armor. It's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, like some of them, like don't get me wrong, some of them are cool. Like them there. There's one of the dudes that's got like a sword. He's on standard tactical rock that all 40k's on. He's cool as fuck. Like I looked at him and thought maybe I convert him and shove him into the Hellsmiths. Do you know what I mean? Like there's models. Like Fulgrim's a fucking amazing model.
Yeah.
But it's very sort of reminiscent of Marathi Kane in it. But there's individual models that I like and I think are good, but as like armies, they're all too samey. I think one of the big problems and the reason that AOS gets so much better models is I think the creative team that make the 40k are so constrained by what they're allowed. It's like you've got this fucking box here. Do not come out of this box. Make sure everything is in this box, and it stifles their creative freedom so much that whereas AOS, I mean, obviously I don't know, but I get the feeling they're like, fucking do whatever you want, me. Go
Yeah.
nuts. You know what I mean? Like,
You would think that like with the freedom that they have, especially for like the Chaos Marines, that like even for some of the factions, like Death Guard, you could really go to town with Death Guard and make, because they're 10,000 years old by this point, so they're going to be really fucked up looking.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you would think that they would look like really, like I
Well,
think with like the most recent one, like the Lord of Proxies, I think that's a nice model to kind of put that standard on. Where you think, right, let's make it even. Like, you see a lot of nice conversions with people using like tentacles and green stuff, world putty and all that.
yeah.
You could really go to town with like Death Guard,
See,
even
like,
with
if I played 40k and I played Death Guard, I would literally just buy Nurgle from AOS and throw some guns in their hands. The models are fucking well better. And that's
yeah,
like, I know a lot of people don't like the whole, well, this is the model, but as Joe will test, I fucking play all kinds of shit in my FEC army is all fucking old world cafe. Like,
hmm
I don't mind proxies, like, as long as the base size is right and it looks like it's what it's supposed to be. But like, I'm not going to be like, this guy's a hammer guy when he's got a fucking bow and arrow, do you know what I mean? But as long as they look like what they're supposed to look and you can tell what they are, I'm happy to crack on. And so if it was me, I would just convert a Nurgle army from AOS and use that in 40k because the models are so much better. And you can still even throw in a couple of the 40k shit and just, mix it in and mix it about. Yeah, chess. He always laughs at me saying I'm like the chess scene from Bottom with he's like, this is my Spider-Man, and he's got fucking like Salt Shaker and all that shit.
So, Mr. Internet, aka Sam, aka What Ape Studios, Reed, if AOS was blown up tomorrow, what would be your game of choice if it wasn't AOS?
So I know Sam, and I know what he wants me to say, and he wants me to say Old World. And honestly, if I had the choice between AOS, sorry, not AOS, if I had the choice between 40k and Old World, it would be Old World, based solely on the models. Like I've the game looks a bit net to me. I've only played it once,
We don't want you in our world.
but it looks a bit like go to the middle. Whoever's got the strongest army wins the game. A mate of ours, Matty, plays it a lot, and he just goes forward to the front of the table and beats people and wins by doing it, and that's fine. But it's just a bit meh.
What do you
You don't
prefer
want to be
doing? Do you prefer painting, building, or do you prefer playing now?
not hate that. I hate building ish, but I'm also dead weird about it. I don't want anyone else to build for me because it's like, well, you didn't do this mold line, you didn't do this line. I do like Space Wars. Yeah, they're the only Marines I could get behind. Maybe Imperial Fist because I really like yellow. But it's hard now, so I would have always just said painting was my thing. But now I'd put playing on even, at least even, if not above sometimes. Because I love playing on. It's so good.
Yeah.
But yeah, buildings at the bottom can't be out of it. It's just a necessity that it needs doing, and you just gotta fucking grit your teeth and get through it. Love painting and love playing.
Do you sub build or do you build and then just like build a model and then paint it, or are you a sub assembly sort of guy?
It's funny because like my answer to every question, I fucking hate that. Like I was saying this the last time, like Joe's like super positive guy. It's like, yeah, and I'm the fucking opposite. I hate everything. I hate sub assemblies. I almost never do it unless it's something where you've really got no choice. A couple of reasons why. One, it's a pain in the ass. Two, I find that if you sub assembly, it never works out right. Like you're like, oh, you didn't put that quite right, so that shield's now in the way of where the sword should have been because you couldn't dry fit it. And then also like, because like I mix a lot of paints myself on the palette, and if I don't paint it at the same time, it won't match up, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if what I tend to do when I sub assembly is so what I do sub assembly almost always is shields, and I leave all the shields off, And what happens is I paint the whole model and then go, oh fuck, I've got them shields to do, haven't I? And then I go back and paint all the shields. Then it's like, and if that's an arm that matches a piece of armor, then I'm not necessarily going to have the exact right color match for it to go on.
I mix my own pigments bingo card.
He's a cunt. He's been in me fucking DMs the last hour giving me shit.
Well,
he's basically saying I'm like elitist or whatever. Well, I'm not. I just fucking like painting. Do you know what I mean?
And there's many like tournaments for Age of Sigmar because like we all know that there's big tournament. We all know that like there's big tournaments for 40k. But what's the tournament scene like for AOS?
Loads. We do a lot of teams. So I think we've got 5 teams tournaments this year. I'm going to one in July. I've got another one in August. I've got a 1-dayer next week. No, what date are we on? 2 weeks? 3 weeks? I don't even know what date we're on. It might be
the 19th. 19th.
Oh yeah, 4 weeks. So I got one in 4 weeks, and I got one in the 4th or 5th of July that weekend, and another one in August. The lads in our club went to one last month, and then one 2 months before that. So there's loads. A lot of the 40k tournaments have like an AOS. Yeah, don't bring up tournaments. We've had like fucking drama in our group chat over this tournament this week.
So what's the drama then? Why is there drama?
It's just fucking picking teams. We've got 2 teams going, so there's like an A team and a B team.
And what team are you in?
I'm in the fucking B team.
Yeah, well, there's that.
So, yeah, it's just like people getting switched around on teams and some people not liking it, and I don't fucking know, to be honest. I don't really get involved in it. It's just what I'm in it.
Are you saying that because you're put in the B team and you're not happy being put in the B team?
No, I'm quite happy to be in the B team. The B teams, we got the fun team. We got the guys that are up for a laugh. We'll go and get bevied and have a good laugh. Do you know what I mean? And we'll play some war dollies and hopefully we get a couple of games, a couple of wins.
And you said it was a 1-day event. So what is it that you're running? 2-day. And is it 5 games?
5 games, 2 days. Yeah. So have you ever been to teams?
No, I've never played in a team. I just did my first 2-day event there at the weekend.
Was that your first one, was it? Okay.
Because I've done a lot of. Sorry, my son's going out and my dog's in punishment because she wouldn't come back in. Shut up, Will. So that was my first proper 2-day tournament, and I was emotionally drained on like game 5.
It's fucking it takes it hard. I say to people, when they laugh at you like it's you're playing fucking dollies, and it's like so tiring, man.
Yeah. Like my
second game on the last day, like I don't even want to play this. I just want to go home.
Yeah. Can we just call it a draw, please? Yeah. Can we just call it a draw? Like because like my very first tournament was like years and years ago, and that was like obviously it's about a 1-day tournament, so it was 3 games in 1 day, and that was my second, third, and fourth game ever of 40k, and I think I was emotionally broken. I was emotionally broken. I was emotionally broken, and I won my last game. Don't know how, but I won my last game. But yeah, I was like building myself up slowly to this 2-day tournament was quite fun. Like yeah, don't the draw homes like yeah, like with WTC, like if you finish within 5 points, it's a draw. Technically, I lost 5 games, but in WTC rules, I drew 2 of them. So
is that how it works? Yeah. So if you lost by 5 points, you get a draw.
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
I know, but I'm not complaining. I get 2 draws out of it. I get 2 draws out of it. Yeah. So like my first game, I lost by 1 point. My second game, I lost by 2 points, and then I get absolutely. The third game was a disaster because my mate Barry, I was playing the Dark Angels player Barry, great guy, and he went to do an action, but because he was still within the train, he thought the action was still to complete. So his Dark Angels guys killed Morty in melee. So I rolled a 2+, and Morty could fight on death. Right?
Okay.
And I think my secondaries for turn 3 or turn 4 was bring it down and to kill a character. So I killed his tank and I killed the character beside the tank. and then
From the guy that died and fought again.
yeah,
Oh,
and
sick.
then I spent a strategy point to self-destruct Morty instead of rolling a 6 to like deadly demise. I just blew him up, which then killed his inner circle and another 2 guys. So when we then went to score, we realised that he had already moved and we'd already gave the points out. But yeah, it was a bit of a mess. But I ended up losing that game by 6 points. So yeah, I was gutted
That was an
because it would have
actual
been 3
loss.
draws. Yeah, it was an actual loss. And then I won
By
my
1
fourth
point.
game. I lost it by like technically 1 point. If I'd got but so if you finish within 5 WTC rules, you get a draw. So
That's bullshit. So the tournament that a few of my mates went to last week, the week before, I've never seen it like that before. But there was a tournament where it's like you got all your points for games, but then you also got like points for most sporting, points for painted, points for this, that, and the other. And it's like it worked out that 2 guys at the tournament went 5-0. One of them was a guy from our club, but don't tell him because he'll go fucking big head. He's a turd. Aren't you, Kev? So he went 5-0, but didn't come first. He was like someone that went 4-1 came first. I'm like, that's bullshit. Like, I'm all for having painting like awards and all the rest of it. Like, I really like it. Joe hates it. We always debate that all the time. But like, if you win 5 of your games and you should not be losing to someone that lost a game. That's fucking bullshit. Like,
no,
it's
no.
bullshit. Like, I can't get behind it at all. Like, you go 5-0, you win. Simple as that. Best shorts. He always says that. Best shorts in the boxing matches, like winning best painted at War Amateur tournament. I love it.
Yeah, it was a good tournament. Like shout out to Shane. Painting is more important than gaming, anyways. Yeah, well, that's up to you, Mister Worldwide. You know what I mean?
We're all winners. We're all
Uh,
winners.
so when you're painting, do you listen to anything when you're painting, or are you a man that just likes to sit in absolute silence like a psychopath?
A bit of both. So sometimes, yeah, I listen to audio books and shit. But a lot of the time, I do just sit in silence. Um, I don't know. It's like it's a bit of a quieting fucking thing for me. My brain's like all of the time, and like when I paint, sometimes it just sort of like goes quiet. But then other times, I'll put an audio book on, or I listen to NAD a lot. This is like a D&D podcast, so I listen to that. But a lot of the time, I do just fucking sit there in silence like a psychopath.
That's pretty weird.
Yeah, well, I mean, like I say, my brain's fucking loud all the time, and it's nice to have a bit of quiet, so it quiets down a bit when I paint.
And like obviously, we ask people this question.
Yeah, I just go chat with Joe as well sometimes, so we'll just paint together and we'll chat to each other. I'd rather do that sometimes than listen to stuff.
Yeah, because sometimes you can just chat shit to somebody. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
that kind of
Depends what I'm
comfortable.
painting though as well. Like if I want to if I'm painting something that I'm like, oh, I'm going effort on this one, then I don't. I'd rather just do it on my own in the quiet. If I'm like, for example, I've got a load of fucking bases on here that I'm probably slapping up at the moment. Or if I'm doing infantry or whatever, that's like great time to be like on Discord, chatting with the lads and just fucking getting some colours down. Do you know what I mean?
Well, Max, thanks very much for listening to us. Usually there is a trio of us, but Casey's probably getting pegged or something. So obviously, I think we asked this question when nobody could hear the last time. What sort of paint connoisseur are you like? Are you a Citadel man, or do you like to
I
take a
will
bit
give
of
Dunk.
everything?
Joe, I will give Dunk the Discord. You can get on with us.
Oh,
So I gotta try. I've got to try and answer this now without Joe fucking calling me out. I don't like Citadel. Not because of the paints. The paints are actually decent enough. I hate the tubs. Um, I hate the price they fucking cost because it's fucking ridiculous. My favourite paints are proacrylic. They're my main paint rings. That's my go-to. I use a bit of Vallejo. I use a bit of Army Painter. I use a bit of Citadel. I use a bit of everything really, but by and large, I'd say 90% of the paint job is done with proacrylic. I can spin the camera around and show you my paint. That's
nice.
like I say, mostly proacrylic, but use a bit of everything. The only ones I don't have is AK. I don't have any AK paints. I believe they're good, but I haven't used one and it was shite, and I've never used another one after it. So
And
Is that okay?
and do you like because everybody's got their own specific like brand for like metallics? Is it sorry, is it proacrylic metallics that you use, or do
No,
you
I've
use
got no
somebody else?
Pro metallics. I use Vallejo generally. So I like these metal colours. They're fucking great, but they're really watery, so you got to watch out for them. And then I really do like Citadel low for metals. I like Retributed Gold. I wish it wasn't as saturated because I have to dull it down a lot with fucking washes and whatever else. But I love the way it covers and the way it
Yeah.
ultimately ends up looking. I just hate it when it first goes on because it's too saturated. It's like very, even though I paint super super bright. Yeah,
It reminds me of like Gold Member. I like
yeah.
gold.
I
You know what I
like
mean?
gold. But yeah, I got a news fucking beer. I think I kind of like how I feel because I fucking bad paints. Get over it. Like I said, I've got nothing against Citadel paints or fucking Warhammer paints. It's
Warhammer. Aye.
stupidly cold now. I just hate the bottles and I don't want to pay the prices for them. But yeah,
And tell me,
Pro my favourite.
obviously, we at the Inquisition are sponsored by Orange Brushes, a good quality brush company, uh, based in the UK. But is there any brand of brushes you prefer using for like your acrylic paints and metallic paints, or do you just use the same brush for both?
So you, so my go-to brush was always Raphael 8404s. They were decent brushes, they were great. I really liked them, but it's just the prices kept going up and up and up and up, and I won't buy them anymore. Joe always laughs at me. He calls me the frugal rogue instead of the golden rogue because I won't pay for shit.
Same as that.
And I
You
won't
must
pay the
have Scottish
prices.
blood in you.
Yeah, it must be. So I won't. It's like ginger, and so I won't pay the prices. Um, so then I tried Rosemary and Co. And that was fine, but I like the fact that it's split and it's like it just forks all the fucking time. And I've washed it a million times. And I did last time I was on. I used your code and I bought myself some orange brushes, which I've only used one so far. Um, I don't use them for a lot, but mostly I just use shitty. I think it's like a pack of six I get from the range for like £1.60, and I use them for 80% of my work, and then like the last sort of 20%, like if I'm doing skin and I'm doing a lot of texture or something, I use a nice brush. Or if I need to do eyes, I get the good brush out, or like little bits here and there. But most of the paint job is done with shite.
Yeah,
So like, yeah,
I think
start
Amazon's
complaining
kind
about
of
AK paints.
yeah. I think Amazon's caught on to me recently because my mom sent me a voucher to buy some, so I bought myself one of those kind of paint mixing things where you put your paint on.
Oh, the vortex, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good in your old bell end as well. But I refused to pay the £4.45 it's trying to charge me for shipping. I ended up
Yeah, I wouldn't
buying a
do that
set.
either.
I ended up buying a cheap set of brushes for £5.60. Just another way for Amazon to get more money out of me because I
I do
refused
this.
to.
I still time. Do you know, like, but it winds me up. So I'll like search for ages for like a bargain of whatever online,
Yeah,
and you'll be like, right, I found this thing. It's 60 quid. That's exactly what I want to pay. And then you get to the checkout, and it's like 4.99 for it, and I'm like, I'm not buying it. I'm out.
yeah,
Like 60 quid was my limit, and now you're trying to add or like adding tax on. I'm like, no, not doing it. Fuck you. I won't buy it. And I'll just leave it. I won't buy it.
yeah. I'm like that.
Pisses
Like,
me off.
yeah, and then I start having not buyer's regret. What's the opposite of buyer's regret? It's like not buyer's
Yeah,
regret. I end up
yeah, I
going,
know
I
what
should
you
have
mean.
bought that. Nah, I'm a. Do you use an airbrush at all, or does it just hand?
Now I do have a little airbrush. I don't use it for a lot of stuff. It's not in my sort of general. I mean, it is in my general work. Like I do all of my primer with airbrush because I'm not going to say it's joking. Like that's bingo card free, but I hate rattle cans.
And because we had Turbo Doc on last week, and
Yeah,
he was
I'm
talking
halfway
about.
through that episode. He seemed a pretty interesting dude.
I needed it uploaded onto the YouTube. But he was saying about like he hates rattle cans, and he says he prefers doing primer with an airbrush.
Yeah,
So
same.
for people that are uneducated like myself, because we're too busy making sure that the English got our water and our fresh air, what's the difference between using a rattle can and an airbrush for somebody that's simple like me?
Well, the first one is the cost. It's fucking way cheaper. So one of these, this is the primer I use, Vallejo, whatever it is, primer. That costs like a tenner, and it lasts. Fucking hell, I think I've had 3 bottles like in the entire time I've been painting. Whereas like a rattle can will do one army, if
Yeah.
that, and then you go and buy another one, and they're what, like 20 quid a pop at fucking Games Workshop. I'd have gone through fucking loads of them. So cost is one, it's so much cheaper. But the main one that's fucking is like you can do it no matter what. Like if I want to prime my models at 1 a.m. in the winter when it's fucking snowing, I can. Like there's not this, it's a bit rainy outside, can't prime my models today. Oh, it's a bit too cold, I can't prime. Like there's nothing worse, is it, than being like, right, today's the day I'm going to get started on this new army. Oh, it's snowing, I can't, it's raining or whatever, I can't prime. So like bollocks to that. Like I can always prime. So that's the main one. And it's fast. Just boop, 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 done. Like them today. So I've knocked them out. So like I
Oh, that's cool.
primed them all, and then it's literally like a blue fucking light blue airbrush on, and then like a dark blue airbrush on the edges. And that's it then for airbrush. That's them. They're done now. Everything else will be brushwork on it.
So,
Um,
Tablet Ryan, why have you got a full house? What did they say there that gave him the full house?
Rattle cans. I hate rattle cans. That was the one that was the last one he needed. He always
At
told me
least he's
that.
achieved something this year.
Yeah, he's a dick, you know.
Yeah. We all need to
He
have
was
that sort of person in
he
our
was
life.
giving me the shit. He was giving me the shit about it before we even started. He's in me DMs giving me giving me shit.
He was fucking fly because I was tagging him and stuff. He's like, stop tagging me and shit. I'm like, no.
I
Like,
saw.
he was, it's just so funny. So, like, here's a question for you, right? Because you're a big Star Wars fan like myself, right? Which we found out quite late last time you were on. Do you think if Star Wars had a better tabletop game that you'd be playing more Star Wars than you would Warhammer?
No,
If it was a bet, no.
no. But I'll
Why
tell you
not?
why. So the entire reason I don't play it now has got nothing to do with how good the game is, and everything to do with the painting. So you buy Darth Vader,
Hmm.
you're painting him fucking black with a red lightsaber. You buy
Yeah,
Yoda, you're painting him green with the green. Like there's no creative freedom. And you can be like, yeah, I've got pink stormtroopers, but that's fucking stupid. And I won't paint box art. Yeah, exactly. Joe's nailed it. I won't even do it like for the armies I've got now. Like if you give me like whatever, I don't know, Idneth Deepkin, like and they've got a box art, I won't paint it that way. Like I can't. I don't see the point. Like you may as well buy them fucking pre-painted. Like I want my army to be
yeah,
unique to me. I give you a little anecdote here. So much so that my Chaos Dwarves are like lime green, bright green, and I was like, this is a sick fucking color scheme. Oh my god, it's. And then after I painted a few of them, fucking Tablet Ryan, as the fucking troll under the bridge that he is, started sending me loads on Instagram of people that have got either very similar or almost identical color schemes to what I was painting, and it put me off. I didn't want to paint them anymore. I was like, it proper like I was up here like hyped for them, and it tanked. My enthusiasm for the army just dropped off a cliff, and I was like, I don't want to paint them anymore. And in fact, the only reason it sort of went back up is I'm in an escalation league with them now. Like, I think I've got my 1,500 point game tomorrow. That brought it back up to give me some kind of motivation to paint it, because the fact that it was going around on Instagram with loads of people, like clones, if you like, of my army. Obviously, they're not copying me. I'm not saying they're copying me, but just the fact that there was loads of people having the same as me tanked my enthusiasm for it.
So before I forget, we've got a new sponsor now. So we have Orange Brushes. So give them a wee follow. Use Inquisition 10% for 10% off, free
Fucking hell,
delivery
the
if you're in the
same.
UK. But we're also sponsored now by Moonhopper Games. Give them a follow. That they're absolutely diamond people. They do a wide range of their own terrain, paints, pigments, and all that sort of stuff. And they also do like models and stuff as well. So we'll give them a follow as well. And if we get a discount voucher or discount code off them, we'll
What
be
they
sure
called?
to share it. I was going to say mediocre hobbies there. Moonhopper Games. You'll find
Moonhopper.
them on. You'll find them on Instagram. That the story behind them is that the guy got into Warhammer. He's in his 40s or 50s now, and he got into it just before lockdown, and started like reverse engineering paints. So he does his own paint range. I've actually got a couple of the paints, but I can't remember. Where is it? I used one for like trying to do glow in the dark stuff. And then he does his own. He
Yeah,
does a
you
lot of his
mentioned
own.
this in the chat with the table dog guy, didn't you?
Yeah, absolutely brilliant people. It's just a wee small family run hobby
I'll check them
shop
out.
that they've got. Absolutely damn people. So give them a follow and try and get them up to more followers, the better for everybody.
Speaking of, no, I'm not supposed to be interviewing you, but whatever. Speaking of terrain, what's your thoughts on the pre-painted terrain by Games Workshop?
I don't fucking care, to be honest with you. Uh, I'm actually excited about this because this is my first proper edition change. So like for people that know or people that don't know, like I'm new to Warhammer, much like yourself. So I get into it I was reading the books for years and then I get into it just before lockdown happened. So going from 10th to 11th, it's going to be interesting. Like I do, I don't
It is
mind.
fun. Edition change is fun.
Yeah, like I don't mind having pre-painted terrain because I don't really give a fuck. Like I hate terrain as anyway. I like the idea of the terrain being key to battles because I don't like just objective markers. So I would prefer that there is going to be that aesthetic of like, oh, this like what gate is key. You need to hold that for your army. So and it's going to be more tactical in that aspect. So I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, knowing Games Workshop, they'll release the terrain at 130 quid painted and like 110 quid not painted because people will buy it. But if you want to buy paint, I would probably buy painted terrain because it's not really going to be much big thing for me because I don't really care. What about yourself?
So not for me. Like I'd rather print my own terrain
Yeah,
and make it unique and thematic and paint it myself. But on the other hand, like like if I was going to someone's house and I had a choice between they've got Games Workshop pre-painted stuff or they've got bits of shit that's not painted and they've got a fucking can of Coke on, like I'll take the pre-painted every time. Do you know what I mean? That said, I don't want all of the table, and I don't. Other than Games Workshop, it's not going to happen because there's no tournament. People are going to be like, do you know what we're going to get? 40 tables of all this terrain that's going to cost 500 fucking quid. So it's not going to
yeah.
happen. But if it did happen, if I went to let's say I played 40k and I went to an official Games Workshop tournament and every table had the official fucking Games Workshop shite on the table, I'd be like, it's boring, they all look the same, do you know what I mean?
So Mr. Internet has another question for you. Painting competitions. Interested? Have you ever won best painted at competitions?
Yeah, I'm interested. I've entered a few. I've won I've won Armies on Parade. I come second at Armies on Parade. I have not won an individual piece. I entered one, what was it? A few weeks ago at Games Workshop, which was I got well out off, which is fucking ridiculous, but whatever. It's one of them ones where like you can get your friends to go down and vote for you, so it's sort of not real. Um, but I did enter a legit one, and I didn't win anything. I entered my Usher on. I've entered him twice actually. I didn't win anything, but yeah, I am interested. Um, the problem I have, Sam, is I'm always painting for an army, like always, and I can't see myself ever painting just for the sake of painting. So everything, like I'm never going to be a guy that's like, got one of the plinths and like it's all carved up because I can't fucking use that in the army. And I'm always working on an army, so whenever I'm painting, I want to be adding to the army. So I try and paint really well for army painting, if that sort of makes sense. I wouldn't consider myself up into like the echelons of like display painting. But yeah, I do like compositions. I think I said last time, like it sounds like fucking big head and shit, but like my philosophy is I want my army to look better than the opponents that I'm playing all the time. And if I can hit that level, I'm happy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like I mean, I've entered a few painting competitions on Instagram, but it always just turns into like your pals voting for you. So I kind of
Yeah.
stopped doing
None
that.
of
Like I
mine
don't.
will. None of mine will vote for me, so it's fucking pointless.
Well, you don't have any pals, so I mean that's probably why none of your pals voted for
It's
you. I
probably
mean,
what it is.
yeah, but like that's the only thing that kind of put like obviously that's how me and Casey met was a grinder and then a painting competition. But like it kind of it ups me a wee bit when somebody DMs you going, "Oh, can you vote for such and such in this round?" And you're like that. Ah,
Yeah,
right,
it defeats the
okay,
object then, doesn't it? It's like
yeah. I'm not voting for
because
you
then,
because you're
yeah, yeah, exactly. You're not voting for me because my painting's good. It's like you vote me because I've asked you to, and then like I always I'm like quite weird like this. Like if I win something, but I don't think I've won it legit, I
yeah,
haven't won it. Like I don't. It fucking means not. I couldn't give a shit about it. It means nothing to me. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
It's like this is why I don't understand like when people like cheat when they play the game.
yeah,
I can't comprehend. Like, what's the fucking point? Like, you haven't won. Like,
yeah.
if you've cheated, you haven't won, and that's why I won't do it because it's
Like I mean
like I'm in
that's a great.
competition with myself. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, for example, like I could have over the weekend, like Shane was like ran the tournament brilliantly. Now, after getting my two draws and my defeat, I knew I was never going to win the tournament. Obviously, Gavin won it. Gavin Hamilton was playing knights. He was playing big robots. He just crushed everybody more or less. But Shane was very strict on that. You had to have your everybody painted, bases painted to get the 10 points for for the 10 victory
Yes,
points.
yes, yeah.
But the guy that I was playing, Harley, the person that I was playing, sorry, Harley on Sunday, they didn't have all their minis painted. So I was like, and he was like, well, I don't have, they were like that, I don't have my minis painted. And I was like, I don't mind. I'm still gonna give you 10
Yeah,
points
you're
for
10
tabletop
points.
ready. I mean, I still won. I would have won by more, but then I wouldn't have felt like, well, why
Yeah,
him painting, does that make a difference to me? It doesn't really. Do you know what I
yeah.
mean? Like if he put his figures in and they won best painted, then I'd be like, well, they're not really painted. Do you know what I mean? But but I felt like if it's like the tournament day too, it's not going to make much of a difference to me, to be honest. So I never took the 10 points off young Harley
Yeah,
for that either. Well, what's the point? Ruining the game then. That's how I
yeah.
feel
It's
like.
like saying it's fucking pointless. And yeah, I mean, to be
See,
fair though, he should have fucking painted the minis though. You can't
oh,
resist all
I mean,
that. Like,
he was only, they were only I think they were 15, 16, so they were just getting into it, and they had they were playing Tyranids, and they were really beautifully painted. The ones that they had painted, they were really nice. I think he just ran out of time and being young. You know what I mean, it is a stupid rule, Midnight Gallery. To me, that's a stupid rule, because it shouldn't really make a difference if your army's painted and how you play. It's not going to make your
make you
dice
play.
roll any better.
The thing is, also, in like that's not a thing in AOS. There's no such thing as 10 points for painting. That doesn't happen. But the rule is you have to be painted or you don't play.
Yeah,
Which I think is a better rule. Like you
yeah,
just make sure you turn like every single time we go because I say when we did the weekend tournaments, usually go team events, and normally there's two teams, so it's normally 12 people, and two 6 teams, 2 6-man teams. So we'll all get like like an Airbnb, like a lot of us, and we'll just go and have a laugh and like we'll go out to a casino on the Friday or whatever and get fucking pissed and turn up hanging on the Saturday. But you can guarantee every time we go, usually, but there's always someone painting in the room, on the Friday night before the first game on the Saturday, like finishing off because it's got to be painted, like or you can't use it. So I think that's a better rule because you get in a position where you're like, oh, fucking 10 points, like it's just stupid, isn't it? Like you
yeah,
paint your minis or you don't play is easier. Non-competitive games. Yeah, of course. If you're just playing with your mates, then that's down to you and your mate, isn't it?
yeah. I mean, even on the competitive side, I don't see how having a fully painted army makes you roll better. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I
No,
mean,
it doesn't.
listen,
It's
to me, if it's primed and it's maybe got, I mean, even if the model itself's painted and the base isn't, then that for me, that's still fine. You shouldn't be deducted 10 points for that.
I come around a little bit, but I'm still like, so I want my fucking games to look cool. If you
Yeah.
can't be asked painting your models, I'm a bit like, it's a fucking, you're taking a piss. Like, I've come around a bit, so when me, Joe, and every play, we were like, you do not play unpainted. If you've got an unpainted, you can't use it. Now that I play it like other places, then obviously not everyone can paint, and I play a lot of unpainted armies now, and I've sort of come immune to it, but still, like, I wouldn't be happy myself to a tournament, and I paid like 60 quid, and some guy couldn't be arsed painting his army. Do you know what I mean?
See, again, that wouldn't bother me because some people just like playing, and if they can't paint or they don't have the time to paint, then I don't see how that's going to make them play better than you. Do you know what I mean? And that's just me. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Well, it won't make a difference to the game. It just makes a difference to how the game looks. For me, it's like the same bracket as like, if that's the case, then we can just use books and cans of Coke for terrain because it doesn't really matter as long as you've got something that blocks line of sight. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's the
yeah,
same vein. Like, I just want my board to look sick. Like, the entire reason I got into the hobby to start with is cool looking shit. And if all the terrain looks good and the board looks good and my army looks good, and then you've got 50 grey dudes, it's like, ugh, that's a bit shit, isn't it? Just sort of
yeah.
breaks that level of awesomeness. But like I say, ultimately, it makes no difference to the game. It's more
Yeah.
to
So
suppose like your immersion. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I totally get that, but I wouldn't. I mean, if somebody's got a half painted army, I'm not going to deduct them 10 points so I can maybe try and win a
No,
game.
yeah, I
Do you
wouldn't.
know what I mean? That for me, just nah. I'm grand. Like, it doesn't really bother me. Mind you, I did have
Yeah,
a
same.
mono.
I don't play any of my stuff unpainted either. Like, I will, if I want a new unit in my army, I will paint the unit before it goes in.
So, Graham, are you refusing to start to play until you have a pants painted army? So you're going to have all your army painted in pants, or your army's going to have pants painted on them? Because I'm a bit unsure what you mean by pants and painted.
Oh, I
Obviously,
turned my fucking camera off here. You
you
still
did
see
turn
it?
it off. I can still see your ginger face. So don't
I
worry about
can't
that.
see it.
Well, you've turned the camera off now. And you turned it back on. And now we've
Fuck, you
turned the
can't
camera
see it.
around. That is some lovely. Yeah.
What the fuck have I done here?
Sometimes Instagram means that you can't see, but we can still see you. I can still see you.
Oh, that's really off-putting.
Yeah, because you're scratching your head right now. So don't worry about it.
Ah,
Yeah, keep your
cool.
hands down. They need pants, obviously. Obviously. So make sure you paint your pants, but don't paint anything else. Do you know what I mean? So obviously, when you're on the last time, we discovered that you're a bit of a Star Wars fan.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the Mandalorian and Grogu film coming out?
Yeah. Fine. I'm not like, I'm not super pumped for it,
No.
but also I'm not like, I'm not watching that. Like, I enjoyed the series. I think they should have just made another series personally,
Yeah.
and stuck that effort into a different film. I don't think we needed a film for it, but I will still go see it.
Yeah, I don't know even know if I'll go and see it. To be honest with you, I think this might be the first Star Wars film I might not go to the cinema and see.
So if it was just me, I would do the same. So I watched a lot of the Star Wars series stuff with one of my boys. He's 13 now. Um, and it's like a thing we do together. And
Yeah,
at 13, there's not a lot of shit they want to do with you anymore. Do you know what I mean? So Star Wars is like we're watching the Maul series together at the moment, um,
I've
which
not
is
watched that yet, so don't.
so good. Anyway, but so we watched all the Mandalorian stuff together. So I said to him, I'll take him to go see it. Um, but had it not been that, I probably would have just waited till it come out on fucking Disney and watched it there.
Yeah, I mean, if my son wants to, like, my son's 19 now, if he wants to go and see it, then I'll do it because I've taken him to see every other Star Wars film that's come out.
Yeah, yeah.
But I just feel like, don't get me wrong, like, I liked the Star Wars, obviously, apart from the sequel trilogy, like, I'll enjoy them. But for me, Star Wars on the big screen, you need a lightsaber. or two.
Yeah.
I think so. I don't know. You need a lightsaber or two, and I just don't think we're maybe going to get that. We might end up seeing the black saber again.
You'll see the dark saber, won't you? That's what you'll
Yeah,
see.
yeah.
I don't mind this. Like Rogue One, up until the very last scene with Vader in the corridor, which is amazing. Like there was no lightsabers in that, and I still really enjoyed it.
Oh, yeah. Like, I'm sorry, I've lost my train of thought now. Yeah, like Rogue One was fucking brilliant. I loved Rogue One because it was like I thought up until the end, right, they're gonna get saved, but it didn't. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, like apart from like obviously the lightsaber scene at the end was absolutely savage, but it was a really good film. And like Solo was decent. I liked Solo. I think it just kind of was. I think we discussed this before. It kind of was.
I've only ever watched that once. Solo I've seen once, and I just had no sort of inclination to watch it again. A couple of people said to me like, "You need to rewatch it. You need to," because I think you may be remembering it like a bit unfavorably, but it was fine, whatever.
See, I like Solo, but I think Solo suffered from the hangover of The Last Jedi. I think if they waited, because like The Last Jedi came out in December, and then Solo came out in May. Like by that time, Star Wars had already pigeonholed Christmas, December as their thing, and with the Endgame Part Two and that coming out before it, it was doomed for failure. Like,
Yeah, and Last Jedi was, in my opinion, the worst one.
yeah, no,
I know
I actually
everyone
like
says
Last
Rise of
Jedi.
Skywalker. Most people say like Rise of Skywalker, but I think Last Jedi was the worst. It derailed the entire franchise. It was bullshit.
Yeah, like,
Awful.
I think we discussed this before, right? Out of the three prequels, out of the three sequels, I actually prefer The Last Jedi because it
Why?
tried something different. Because it tried something different, like The Force Awakens was basically just all the Star Wars
New
films.
Hope again. Yeah,
Yeah,
fine.
The Last Jedi tried something. Even, I mean, Ryan Johnson even said in the film, like, you have to kill it. Like, it was telling you, like, if we want to move Star Wars forward, we have to kill what you know to move it forward, which,
That's fine. I can get on board with that. What I can't get on board with though is saying, okay, we set up all this stuff in the first film. I'm gonna fucking ignore it all and go in my own direction. Like you just you you what he should have done is still kept them threads and then gone in his own direction with other things. But he didn't. He just gone like the whole thing with Snoke, like build and build and build and build, and it's like, oh yeah, fuck Snoke. He's just nobody. All right, okay, so
yeah, like, there was all, obviously when we knew there was a Supreme Leader Snoke, we're thinking, who is it? Could it be the wee cunt that goes, Master Skywalker, there's too many of them. Do you know what
yeah,
I mean? Like, we all thought it was him, and then we thought it was other people, and yeah, it was just, oh, Palpatine returned, and when that happened in the Rise of Skywalker, I'm like, nah, yeah, done.
hey, yeah. So like for me, we saw last time. Palpatine is my number one, my favorite character in all Star Wars. So you would assume I'd be fucking pumped for him to be back, and I was like, oh, what? Like, and it was so poorly done. It's like, well, I mean, as the guy's like, and somehow Palpatine like, fuck me.
See, even if they dipped into Legends, because they've done so much dipping into Legends.
Yeah, use the clones thing like you did
Yeah,
in fucking.
if they and you maybe had a fucking mental Yoris Kaboth. You know what I mean, the clone of Yoris Kaboth.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, see if they went down that route and go, this is why Palpatine's back. He was cloned. That was all part of, and that would tie in
yeah,
the entire saga, and it
100%.
would have worked. Do you know what I mean?
My second favorite character in Star Wars is Maul, and I've got absolutely no problem. Like everyone's like, "Well, how the fox he survived? He chopped in half." And I'm like, "Yeah, it's fucking stupid," but there's an explanation, like, and it's a pretty fucking badass one. I mean, the whole his hatred just fucking kept him going and blah. Like, I'm fine with that. Like,
Yeah.
crack on, bring him back. He's a fucking great. Why would you not bring him back when he was so fucking cool and he was like so unexplored in the Phantom Menace, and like just like if it had just been the Phantom Menace, he wouldn't be my second favorite character. But like the stuff in Clone Wars, Rebels, like they make him one of the. In fact, they make him the best written character in all of Star Wars. Like
Yeah.
Palpatine only pips it because one, he's my original love, and he's the OG, isn't he? Like, but like actually, as far as like a fleshed out character goes in TV and film only, Maul's a much better fleshed out character than Palpatine is. But Palpatine's just he's just a beast, and he's just cool as fuck.
Yeah, Palpatine didn't. We don't need to know Palpatine's backstory. He's just a bastard, and
Yeah, he's just a manipulative mastermind, isn't
yeah, and like, I mean, like they should have dipped into like, oh, somehow he just came back. No, there's a clone factory. We still got Geonosians, and we still
he?
got.
Give us an explanation. Doesn't matter what it is, just give us one.
I can't fucking remember the name of those big cunts with the long necks. Now, even if you had one of them just kicking,
Kaminoans.
yeah, the camo. If you had one of them kicking about, saying, "Oh," and 'cause I think a few of them were like kind of held prisoner by Palpatine with the clone project as well. So like,
Yeah, wasn't the prime minister? I forget his name. He was under Empire control, wasn't he, at some point?
yeah, like to just show the depth of corruption and all the pies that Palps had his fingers in, like the kid are really, really. I think that would have united like the fandom with the last films. They went down a really dark route with it,
See, that's
and
something I
not
really like about the prequel as
and
well.
not save and not save Ben. I think Ben should not have had a redeeming arc. You should have just bumped him off. I think because that would have been so dark as well. We like Rogue One had hints of it, where a dark Star Wars film where Andor just kills your man. Oh, my arm, I can't fly. And shoots him. You're thinking, oh, we're going to get something really dark here.
Well, Maul is not that dark because obviously it's an animated show, but it is also like I wouldn't let my 5-year-old watch Maul, whereas me and my 5-year-old are watching Rebels right now.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't let him watch Maul because it's gritty and dark and like I genuinely think it would give him nightmares. It just feels a bit more naughty. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I mean, I've said this to people before, like, oh, when you go, it's just cartoons. You're like, no, but some of the best lore in Star Wars is Filoni's Clone Wars and
100%, yeah.
Rebels.
Clone Wars and Rebels is better than most of the films. Like, and Anakin, Clone Wars Anakin is way better than prequels Anakin. Way better.
Yeah.
Way better, man. Like, and then like obviously you got Ahsoka, and although I hate Ahsoka at the beginning when she's fucking snips and all that shit.
But I think that's because they had people like Sam Witwer, who does the voice for Darth Maul.
I love him, man.
Like as somebody who cares about Star Wars.
He cares
you know what I mean?
so much about
it. Even down to the fact that when he was doing the voice for Maul and Palpatine, he studied Peter Serawitz's voice to get the right tone as well for that Maul. And like, I think there was a reading that they were doing. There was a clip I seen, and it was Filoni was talking about they were doing a reading, and Sam Witwer says, "No, we can't do that." And Filoni goes, "Well, what do you mean we can't do that? Like, I've been discussing this with George Lucas." He says, "Yeah, but if he does do that and goes down this route, that kind of ties in. That doesn't tie in with other stuff that he's done. He was like naming all this stuff."
I know the one you're about. It's when he says about it's when Anakin sees the Force ghost of his mum Shmi, and he's like, "I wish you could have met my wife." And then he's like, "They fucking did meet briefly at a dinner table for like 10 seconds." He's like, "You can't put that in. They have met."
Yeah.
I like little things like that. Like, he's fucking sick, man. I think he's one of the coolest.
Yeah, I mean, obviously with the Clone Wars, when R2-D2 and C-3PO turn up, you know that episode is going to be for the kids.
Yeah,
you know
of course,
what I mean? But then, like, if you look at the body count, there's a lot of people dying.
My chat's just stopped. Is yours still going?
No, we get A Up Peyton saying Sam's a legend and knows more than most people involved in the films.
Yeah, my chat. I don't know what's going on my Instagram, but my camera's gone. The chat's gone.
But you're still here, so that's the main thing. So don't worry,
Yeah,
because it will be recorded. As long as your voice doesn't go this time, we're gravy.
I
But
know.
if you're ever looking for something to watch or when you're painting, you should. If you ever, I don't know if you've ever heard of this, but there's a guy called, I can't remember his name now, but he did a kind of game show called the Star Wars Trivia Schmodown, and they did a live Star Wars special of it. And Sam Witwer was the reigning Star Wars champion at the time.
Oh, sick.
Uh, and the question that he lost it on as well, he was trying to be too smart because the question was, what's the name of the uh, captain that loses Han Solo uh, when they're chasing him in the Empire Strikes Back? And he tries to do Darth Vader's voice, but he messes up the pronunciation. He goes, oh, and he was running out of time. You could tell he was starting to panic. He's like, apologies accepting, Captain Neba. And as soon as he says the name, he knew he had it wrong.
Yeah,
I'll send you the link because
I wouldn't have known that. Would you have known that?
oh, it's Captain Neda. Yeah, like
I wouldn't
I'm
have
a
known
OG trilogy. Oh, because like I think it's like what the second person that Darth Vader force chokes. Then he goes, "Oh, prepare my shuttle. I will apologise to Lord Vader in person." And then it cuts to him; he's getting choked out. You just know
that.
that
I remember the guy. I remember the scene. I remember the bit, but I can't remember. I wouldn't have remembered his name.
oh, it's Captain Leader. But you just know that lieutenant goes, "Well, that's me got promotion because you're not
Yeah,
coming back." But then you got to look at like what I love about George Lucas and Star Wars is even the robot chicken stuff. It's like that clip
fucking love
of
it.
it's orientation day on the jolly old
Yeah,
Death Star, and it's like this guy who's wearing like the Marx Brother like moustache, and because Darth Vader can't use it, he can't force choke people,
yeah.
but
They're
they've all
pretending.
convinced him that he does.
Yeah,
He gets to think that he's force choked somebody, and we stay amongst the living. It's
yeah.
brilliant,
I
like.
love it. It's so good. And my favourite of all them is the go for Papa Palpatine. It's like you been flying right. It's like teenager flew up the Death Star. Fucking
my my
brilliant.
my son's favorite one, and it's like it's one of the most weird. It's one of the most underrated ones that I've had. When once he showed me it, it's when Luke's on Dagobah and he goes, "Your weapons, need them, you will not." And then Luke goes into the cave and obviously kills like the Darth Vader. And he goes,
Yeah,
"So this was like some sort of lesson." He's like, "Just some guy in a costume it was." He's like,
yeah.
he didn't expect him to chop his head off.
The other one that's
Yeah,
fucking sick as well. Remember the fucking the guys? I think actually, I don't think it's on Robot Chicken. It might be the Blue Harvest stuff. You know, and the fucking Death Star fires. And the guy's like, I don't care about dental. He goes, I just want a railing, just a railing right here. And the laser going past him. It's fucking brilliant.
but I like that's how I got all my kids into it. Was the first scene I always showed them was Palpatine on the escalator and Ponda Bob, who's
Mm.
not ambidextrous because he's got his writing arm's been chopped off, and
Yeah.
Doctor Everything's just a complete bell end. Yeah,
Your
too
favorite
slow,
film's Empire, right?
Solo. Yeah, and
Your
like
favorite's
how
Empire, yeah.
and how Boba Fett becomes increasingly creepy with carbonated Han Solo.
I haven't seen that.
Oh, there's a bit where like Boba Fett's got Han Solo in the Slave One flying back to Jabba's palace, and it's just like Boba Fett like he gets really really creepy. It's like he goes, "Oh, your hands are like they're begging for a bit of boba."
Ah, that's weird, bro.
Yeah, there's so many
I've
good.
not seen. I've not seen. That's fair. I've not seen them all. I've only seen bits of. It's normally like YouTube shorts and shit. You know, you just see knocking
Yeah,
about. And then like when they was on MTV at kind of like 1 a.m. or whatever they were on
yeah.
Cartoon Network and fucking
As
weird channels.
Shane, the tournament organizer, goes, "What's the hell?" And as a Millennium Falcon, yeah, and then gets interrupted with a call. Goes, "Yeah, like beans. I'm not gonna even eat them." Like it's just I think it's
I
the
don't know. It's like
ringtone from. I think it's the ringtone from 24 as well. It's his phone ringtone as well when Darth Vader phones him.
I can't remember. Isn't it? It's the one off. Is it the one off Trigger Happy TV?
Oh no, I think it's fucking 24, the TV show 24.
Is it? I can't remember. I remember he's like, he's crying, he's crying.
Mhm.
That's
Wait,
fucking so
you've been
funny.
flying around for 2 weeks trying to get a signal. It's
It's
just,
so fucking funny.
and the fact that like Seth, that your man managed to get like
Agreed.
George Lucas on, fucking Billy D. Williams to do Orlando, and
Yeah.
all that. They got
It's
everybody,
fucking,
like
it is
all the
brilliant. It is so good. The Blue
some
Harvest
things.
stuff and all that was dead good as well. I thought they'd have done the prequels, but they never did. You know, the
Yeah,
Family Guy shit.
I don't like Family Guy, so I've never watched any of the Blue Harvest stuff
Mate,
because I
you
just
should do it. Like, forget that it's like it's funny because if you know the Family Guy as well, but you don't need to like. It's so fucking good. Like, there's a bit with fucking where when Luke comes. No, sorry, when Obi-Wan's fighting Vader on New Hope when they're on the Death Star, and you know when he sees Luke and he lets him kill him. That bit. The like the Obi-Wan is played by the pervert, like he's like a nonce pervert weirdo in Family Guy. He's played by him, and his lightsaber, like Vader's lightsaber's like fall off, and his is like fucking like a big flop. And he's like trying to whip it round, and then he's like, he sees Luke, and he's like, oh, and his lightsaber was like fucking mad, like just stupid shit like that. So fucking funny. It is definitely worth a watch. Like I haven't seen it for years, but they're like when you watch it through that lens of because obviously we all love fucking Star Wars, but sometimes like you forget how fucking stupid it is. Like some of the stuff that they do, and you're like, it just won't happen, man. I know you got to like suspend your belief a little bit, and but like when you watch like that sort of parody of it, and it really highlights it. Like that bit with the fucking with the laser, for example, it's like there's two dudes at the stud. There's that laser who was past. It's like you'd have a railing, wouldn't you? Like you wouldn't be stood there next to a fucking laser, like stupid
yeah.
shit like that.
But
It's funny, man. We
how
should
is
watch it.
that? How is that Death Star laser not obliterating those guys? Like, what is their job? Just to securely watch that laser get fired
Yeah,
down?
exactly. And like the other thing is the guy's like when he's like, we finished the Death Star. He's like, so brilliant. There's no weaknesses, and he's like, oh, he goes. Oh, you hesitated there. It's like, is there a weakness? He's like, well, it's not. He's like, well, I won't be doing my job. Tell me what the weakness is. Like, well, he goes, there's like an exhaust port that's only about this big. He's like, but you've got to fly down a whole trench. And he's like, it's just not going to happen. And the guy's like, it's only that. He's like, well, that's no bigger than a Wampa rat. And he's like, it's not going to happen. And then obviously it happens. And he's like, well, can't we just like plug it up? And he's like, well, it's kind of an architect's choice by the design. He's like, yeah, but we put like a grid on it or something. He's like, no, not really. And it's like, it's fucking stupid. But yeah, like it's just little fucking things like that, man. It's funny to watch it and be like, yeah, that's fucking ridiculous.
Like even the robot chicken bit where they do Darth Vader going down the corridor at the end of Rogue One.
I
Where they
haven't
just
seen that either.
you've not seen that? Oh, you need to see that because it's
No,
just like one,
I didn't
two,
even know it was
buckle
still
my.
going
No, when Rogue One came out, they did a skit for Darth
for
Vader
one
just
last thing. Yeah.
specifically for that, and it's
Right,
like
okay.
at the very end he goes, "Couldn't we have just stopped him?" And like, because Darth Vader's dicking about,
Yeah.
he goes, "What's my favorite food?" He goes, the guy goes like, "What?" He goes, "Nuts," and then he bits the guy in the nuts. And it's
Yeah.
like Darth. Yeah, I mean that's the way they portray Darth Vader and all the robot chicken stuff. Is he's just a fucking child.
Yeah.
It's like a
Yeah.
picture. Like even like when they put like roller skates on him and like, oh, that would be so wizard. Like they just take the piss out of him
It is
totally.
funny. It is funny. He's good in I won't give you any spoilers, but he's good in the new mall. That's he's like there's been a lot of complaints about it, but I think it's fucking brilliant. I won't spoil it for you because um but yeah he's really good. The whole show's wicked, man.
Yeah,
More
like
brilliant, isn't it?
did you finish Bad Batch?
Yeah, I think so.
I, I like Bad Batch. I thought it was pretty good. It was good to
How
have a.
how did it end? Can't remember.
I've not finished it yet. Don't fuck with a Jedi Master Son. Name the movie. Don't fuck with a Jedi. I don't know, Shane.
So you're
Don't
up
fuck.
to you've done all the Omega shit then, yeah?
Oh
Omega.
yeah, like I liked that how they'd like made a female clone. I thought that
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
brilliant.
Don't fuck with the Jedi Master Son, isn't that from one of the like what they call Jane Silent Bob films. It's from the Jane Silent Bob film. Jane Silent Bob Strike Back, isn't it?
Never watched them either.
I can't see the chat to let me know if he says yeah.
Is it from Jane Silent Bob Strike Back, Shane?
Or one of them.
Or one of them? One of those films? Chris breaks Vader's neck trying to take his helmet off. Shane says, yes, Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back, Mark Hamill cameo.
Yeah. On me, it's the fucking... It's when he plays the fucking nutcracker guy, I think it is.
Cock knocker.
Yeah, that's a bit of... Yeah. Yeah, it's like a funny story, actually. It's like, whoa! Hits him in the balls. That's a bit of fucking obscure knowledge that just came out of nowhere from my brain.
Was there not a kind of skit where they did that way at Jason Segel where it was just like the cock puncher or something?
No, I can't remember.
Mm-hmm. But let's get back to Old World because I know there'll be one person in Donegal who absolutely loves AOS, and that is Emmett, my first opponent, who surprisingly stayed sober through his first game. He made a promise to himself that he wouldn't start drinking until game 2, halfway through game 2. And I think he managed to stay sober until halfway through game 2. Usually Emmett, he's a big orc player, and he brought this big, and when we played the last time, he brought this big, massive stomper thing that couldn't even move through the board. It was that big just for a laugh. And he
the big fucking orc. I think it's on wheels.
Yeah, it was like it was like the Dusty Bin from 3-2-1 back in the day on steroids. But he was running monsters this time, these big, stupid Gorgonauts or something. They were brutal. But shit, he loves AOS. He prefers AOS than 40k. So he's looking forward to this because
man who knows his shit.
Yeah, he does. He's a big aware. Stompers, according to Shane, and he says sober, and he was sober apparently. His wife did give out to him for kissing random men, and he did say that I'm not a random man. So
fair.
Yeah. So he'll be looking forward to this episode. Is there any armies that you wouldn't touch in AOS or that you just don't fancy doing?
I like a lot of them, to be fair. Me and Joe talk about this all the time because Joe's very he likes a few little things. He's like, I like this, I like this, I like this. Whereas I'm like, I like everything. But I don't think I would paint Caravan Overlords just because I can't be arsed painting. They're just all metal. It's kind of like, it'd just be too samey to paint. Even though I like the army, I think they look fucking great. My son's got them, they're cool. What have I got? I've got Deepkin. So I've got Deepkin, I've got Seraphon, I've got Cruel Boys, I've got Iron Jaws, I've got Hellsmiths, I've got Gloomspike Gits, and I've got Flesh Eater Corpse. I think that's it. So my least favourite. Go on.
What does your missus think of it?
She's fine with it. So like I said, I've always collected shit. Always like. I'll show you the fucking cabinets. That they've actually if you can. I can't see what you can see, so I don't know how much you can see.
So we can see your cabinets now. That was also in the bingo card according to Tablet Line. But he did show us stuff earlier on.
So yeah, she doesn't mind, to be fair. Like I said, I'm always collecting stuff anyway, so ultimately it's one of them, isn't it? I would never buy a Warhammer if the kids need a feeding or the rent needs paying. So once all the bills are secured, it's like do what you want then, isn't it?
Are the kids into it as much as you are, or are they just being dragged into it?
No, so they were quite into it for a little bit, and then it sort of fell off a little bit. One of my lads, he is sort of fell off of it. He had Stormcast. I've sort of recently got rid of a lot of his Stormcast stuff, but he had an itch to sort of jump back in. So he's just started doing these bad boys, the Bone Reapers.
Oh, cool.
So he's just starting to get back into it. And then my other lad, he's got Ghosts and Caravan Overlords, so he likes it. So they're not fucking like I am, but they do quite like it.
And do they play as much as you play?
No, they only really play me. It's a little bit like, when you play someone who doesn't know what they're doing, you end up basically playing yourself. And I was like, well, you would go here now, wouldn't you? You'd sat back
So,
with that.
so Tablet Ryan has said that was on the bingo card when you were showing us your cabinets. He also said, nice colour scheme, and Shane, route to your gaming. Have you changed your name? Said, Bone Reapers, I love, must finish painting them.
Yeah, they're a cool army. Again, though, I'm not sure I'd want to paint them because it's very, very samey. It's a lot of bone, obviously. Um, but they are a cool army, to be fair.
So, one of the questions that we do like to ask people, is there a mini that you would like to paint again for the first time and do a better job on, or are you a kind of one and done sort of person that you wouldn't go back to a mini?
I am a one and done. I never go back to minis ever. I've never once gone back to anything. And even sometimes I'm like, I could do more to that. But once I've gone, I have like a switch in my brain, and once I've put it to the side, it's dead to me. I'll never touch it again, which is a shame because there's plenty of stuff for example, my Usheran, which is on the Instagram if you want to have a look at it. I put that into a painting competition. I got a mate who was on here. In fact, he was on here earlier. Midnight galleries. He was like, "Are you going to do any more to it?" I was like, "No." He's like, "But you could push that further." I'm like, "I know I could, but I can't be arsed." Like I've hit I've hit my limit of sort of when you have that sweet spot of like time investment and payoff, and it's like it recedes all the time. So now to push that up to the next level, I need to invest this much fucking investment for that much payoff. I can't be asked. So move it to the side, next model. So once it's done, I move on and I never touch them. So no, not really.
Joe has just said that you like a lot of bone as well.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good one, Joe. Well done, mate. Not shit, Joe.
So when we were
Slacking
playing,
lad.
when we were after Sunday, right? I don't read quite well. Well, I don't read. Not that I don't read well. I don't read things properly, right?
Okay.
So I only realised on Sunday that part of my detachment says that if you have sticky objectives, once you have that objective, it remains as a contagion point for until that uh, objective point is taken over. I
Okay.
didn't realise that for like the last year and a half. So when I was playing on Sunday, I had at one point 4 objective markers, which basically meant I controlled like everybody in my order had pretty much -1 toughness and -1 to their save. But because I had no units on my objectives, I didn't think that that rule applied until I got home on Sunday. I would have won
So you
that.
missed out on it.
Yeah, I would have won the competition, and I think that we should replay it this
Oh,
weekend.
I'd have gone 5-0 if I'd have known.
Yeah,
I do that sometimes the way I forget like a rule or something. Like I played the other day, I was playing my FEC, and one of the rules on FEC is the sub faction I had was that whenever knights charge, which was like 3 or 4 units in my army, they are +1 rend when they charge as long as they're within 12 inches of a hero, which means you're gonna get your fucking damage through more often. And I just forgot about it for the entire game. I was like, and then when I got home, I was like, fuck's sake, I could have had extra rend for the entire game, basically.
yeah,
I don't know
that
what
was me.
I don't know what it is in your. Is it AP or fucking? It basically goes through. It makes you save higher. I don't know what they call it in yours.
Yeah, like I would have won the entire competition if I'd remembered that I could have had sticky
Such a
objectives.
shame. Maybe you should email the organizer and see if you can overturn the decision.
Well, the organiser's actually commenting. He is route to you gaming, which I've just realised
Can't
is
see the
actually.
fucking chat.
Yeah,
Can't see the
I've just
chat at the
realised
moment.
that's his actual. I thought his name was just root, but it's actually route to you gaming, which basically means I need to start reading things properly. Uh, but yeah, I should have beat more than just Mark. I should have beat Emmett. I should have beat the Chaos player Dylan. I should have beat Barry because we were having a wee argument over one of Mortarian's abilities, which I should have been able to do. But
Is
yeah,
it a pretty small sort of community there? And do you all know each other, or
well, I know Barry through work, so but it is a small community. But like, fair play to Shane, like it was the biggest tournament Donegal's had ever. We had 40 people over 2 days. We had a couple of dropouts, a couple the night or two before. So like I think he had 36, 37 players for the 2 days. We had people coming from like, up near Belfast. We had people from down the country as well. So I think because it was a like a WTC ranking event, he had more people. But I think I pushed it. We pushed it in Discord, and I helped push it on here as well. So I think I should get. I think I should actually get
commission?
something. You know what I mean? For like all the help that I gave Shane, and I
So
did wreck his.
is your AOS man still in there? What's the AOS scene like over there?
It's small with the amount of corner case rules that Rec was. So Shane's saying the amount of corner case rules that weekend is mental. Things that I've never touched in 10th edition and over 200 games being played now. I would say there's a small. See, it's quite weird because there's a small faction of people that love playing Necromunda, and there's a
Yeah.
small community of people that like to play AOS, and there's even a smaller contingent of people that like to play Lord of the Rings. See, Donegal's quite a rural county, so like I think 40k ties in a lot of people. A lot of people have 40k armies, but then they would prefer maybe to branch off into AOS or other small.
If the scene was available, type things.
Yeah, I think if the county was a bigger, more populated county, then there would be more people playing, obviously.
I think there's a lot of that with the 40k community. Like, it's not like you're forced into it because obviously you've got whatever you want, but it's like because everyone does it, it's like, well, okay, that's the one that'll do then type thing, and it's a shame really because the smaller games are missing out on people that would play it had that been better advertised or if they'd known about the communities more. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. And we are a very rural county, so I think as Shane said in the chat there, it's amazing that we have as many war gamers as we do, because
you should
like
do
we are quite for the size of county. Like I've only been part of DDF now for 2 or 3 years, and it takes me so every Thursday night they host up in Buncrana, which is about an hour away from me. So I think apart from maybe Mark Doherty, I'm probably one of the most travel people if I do go up.
Yeah, yeah.
But the people that live in Buncrana, I think they've all known each other for years, so they've formed their own wee community. And then maybe 40 minutes down the road, you get Letterkenny, and they even further spread out. So like it's amazing that they get as many games as they do every week with the small amount of people that we have.
I always get surprised though by like how many people play it. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just, I suppose it's not one of them things. I'll tell fucking every single person that will even remotely listen to about it, and you know, I've got no issue with being like, well, I'm a fucking nerd. I like stupid nerdy shit. Like, but a lot of people wouldn't like talk about it. Do you mean like, especially like at work and things, be like, oh, you know, it's like a little dirty secret that I play War Dollies at the weekend, and they don't talk about it. Whereas I'll be like, mate, get into this war. Everyone, I'm like, play fucking Warhammer. And I think if more people sort of was a bit more open about the fact that they play, you'd have more people involved.
But I think that harks back to like when we were younger. Like when I remember when I was in secondary school, if you played Warhammer, you were kind of mocked because it was quite a geeky thing. But
Yeah, of course.
it was always the rich kids that played it as well, so they were
Yeah.
double mocked. You know what I mean? Like, so I think like maybe because of Henry Cavill and how popular it's becoming now, and with all the thirst traps that are coming up, it's becoming more and more popular. And obviously with the internet and social media, people can be more like out there and like say, "Oh, I play Warhammer." And it's not like if you said it back in the 90s, you'd have been ridiculed. Do you know what I mean? Like, but now
I
you're
think
not
it's
getting ridiculed for it.
you can't fucking live your life like that. I mean, like it's bad enough for kids. Like you're an adult, mate, and you're embarrassed to tell someone you play Warhammer. Like, I'm sorry, you fucking get a grip in it. Like,
I find myself saying that sometimes. So like I'll say, and they go, "Oh, what do you do at the weekend?" I was like, "Oh, what do you do this weekend?" I'm like, "Oh, it's quite sad, but I was playing Warhammer." And they go, "Oh, what's Warhammer?" and then you find yourself apologising, but I think that maybe harks back to like when you were younger and like
Yeah,
you were in high school.
absolutely not. I'm like unapologetically. I'll be like, yeah, I played whatever. And it's like, what's that? I'll be like, right, it's this fucking thing, right? It's well good. And I try and recruit me. Everyone I speak to, I'm like, you should get into it. Like, come on, I'll get the website up and have a look what army you like. I'm terrible for it, mate. I want everyone to play because I think it's fucking great.
I mean, it
Like
is great. Like it is.
I don't have that. I don't have that. I don't know what it is. Embarrassment, I suppose, that people see. Like it's almost like a shame thing. Do you know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
just don't have it at all. Like could not give a shit.
Well, where the tournament was at the weekend there was like a wedding on the Saturday we were playing, and Shane, he's saying it in the chat, obviously you can't read the chat, he's saying that we were explaining to random people at a wedding what we were doing in the room next to them. Because obviously when you get like D6 Deadly Demise, I'm quite a loud person, so when I was blowing Morty up, I was cheering regardless,
Yeah,
right? And
I
people,
love that shit.
hey!
Yeah,
And I mean, you could hear Emmett. The more pints Emmett was drinking, the more of a wah he was doing himself in the room. And people
yeah,
were like looking in, curious on what these 36 sweaty, autistic, ADHD,
yeah.
non-diagnosed people are up to. Do you know what I mean?
It's funny, isn't it? On a Wednesday, I play in. There's like a working man's club, which is like 5 minutes from my house. In fact, tomorrow I'm going to play in the Escalation League there, and like I go in there. I only play there like once a month normally. I play at a different place every Thursday. But anyway, like I walk into there every time I go with me fucking army and me boxing whatever. And like you see some people will be like, fucking hell, what the fuck's going on there? We'll all be playing there shouting about fucking charge rolls and whatever. And then in the other room you can hear them all watching football shouting at that. And it's like you get people wandering and you get some that are like so you can tell someone's sniggering it. Oh, I'm like, mate, I couldn't give a fucking flying fuck what you think, do you know what I mean? But then you
So,
do get others and like, oh, what's that? And I'll like, fuck, I'll chew their ears off me. I'll be like, yeah, come in, I'll tell you all about it.
So we get one of the boys, Joe, one of the other Donegal players, saying he was introduced to Donegal Dice Winners. There was an open night at Porter's, which is like a computer shop during the day, and every Thursday that's where they would host the nights. But it became so big now that we've had to move to a different, bigger area now. So he says one night at Porter's, what got us so enthusiastic about that. Before that, we accepted we were hermit nerves in a shed.
Yeah. See, and the
So
thing is, though, it makes a difference to you, doesn't it? Like, I think if you can get, even before I joined the club that I play at now, which is great, I love it. But even before that, like me, Joe, and Midnight Gallery, and mid realm minis, or whatever it's called, and a bunch of other dudes. Like we all would get together. There'd be about 10 of us, and like we just fucking all get together and have a few beers and play. And we'd book out a B&B or whatever, a fucking Airbnb, and play games. And we used to do mill kill, but what happens at mill kill we can't talk about because it's naughty. But we'd have a fucking great laugh, do you know what I mean? And I think if you've got a few decent players you can play with, it makes it so much better than, like, say, being a dude in a basement playing with one guy over and over again. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, I mean exactly. Like even recently we had Big Paul McNutt. Like he only came into Warhammer, I think Shane maybe this time last year, and he went to Broadsword, which is one of the bigger tournaments down the country, which was a 2-day event. And he's obviously went Ultramarines because he's a big Egypt.
Is that the
But
Broadsword War game in the YouTube channel?
yeah, they've
Yeah,
got
Ollie.
they do tournaments as well. So like, they started off as a wee hobby shop, and they run 2 tournaments a year now. So like they've exploded, and like what I was like Paul's second tournament was a 2-day event down the country, and like all those boys are based up in Buncrana. So we went from I think it was like 4 tables, Shane. I think it was 4 tables a night every Thursday. Shane and Emmett would run, and it's now 6 or 7 tables in the space
Nice.
of a year. I mean, we've got a really nice community, a bunch of sound people. I think the only person that's an arsehole there is the guy that does the Inquisition. Do you know what I mean? But everybody else is well sound. Because the Inquisition guy just bangs on about on his brushes and 10% off. He's going to
Yeah.
bang on about Moonhopper games, He always bangs on about the Inquisition as well.
Go
So
subscribe to the Inquisition.
yeah, post and
Or
subscribe.
subscribe as it was, it follow in it, and they call it. That's how shit I am Instagram. I know you're not fucking call it. Follow.
Yeah, man, my phone's about to die because I got an Apple phone and the upgraded, which means that Apple fucking tanked their iPhones. So my phone's about to die. So I
No
think
drama,
we've
dude.
got another couple of minutes and then we'll need to pull a pin in it. Do you know what I mean?
No drama.
What's your plans for the rest of the year? I mean, obviously you've got a tournament coming up next week. Do you have many other tournaments planned for the rest of the year? And
I've got 3 booked in.
what's the biggest one this year that you're looking to do well in?
So we got the teams one in July. So I've got one on the 20th of June. That's just a 1-day event, like local. So that should be fun. And then we got a big one in the teams one, Carnage is it Carnage or is it? I can't remember. In Birmingham, that'll be a big one. And then there's one in August or October. I can't remember. That'll be another big teams one. So I mean, I'm planning to win them all, but we'll see what happens.
Do you plan on doing any tournaments abroad, or is it you just happy to stay in the UK?
Fucking dough in it.
Yeah.
I would, but realistically, like I couldn't justify it. So like we haven't been abroad with the kids like ever because it's so expensive. And I don't think I could really as understanding as my wife is. I don't think I could be like, listen, love, I'm going abroad with the lads to play Warhammer. You stay home with the kids. You know what I mean? So I feel a bit shitty. So like I've been abroad a few times without them, but like for work stuff. So I can get a bit of a pass on that one, but yeah, it wouldn't sit right with me to be like I'm abroad to play Warhammer. Plus, there's just so much money in it. Like a week, I mean, just a weekend here is a couple £100, you know. Like by the time you've done your tickets and your digs and your beer and all the rest of it, like that's just a weekend in the UK. Like so, fucking cost you a fortune if you're abroad.
Yeah, I mean, I can hardly take my models an hour down the road without breaking them. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't trust myself carrying my models. I wouldn't trust anybody loading them on a plane.
I always think this about people that go and do like Golden Demon and shit. It's like you've spent like 800 hours on this paint and this model, and then you put it in a little box and stuck it on a plane. Like, oh, imagine how many get there. And I'd be fuming if I got there. It was broke. I wouldn't be able to control myself. I'd lose my shit. But, yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, really, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on. For people that don't follow you, do you want to give yourself a wee bit of self-promotion?
Yeah, man. Follow me, you pricks.
Then there we go. Just like that.
Yeah, I'm on Instagram and I'm same name on YouTube. Yeah, go follow me and shit. I keep saying I'm going to go back and do YouTube stuff, and I will, but I haven't got around to it yet.
Yeah, I will get these. We don't have an episode next week, folks, because I'm going home to see my wee mammy, or my ma, as they say in Scotland, the same mammy in fucking Ireland. And Casey is going to Germany to go and watch Crystal Palace play Freiburg in the Europa Vase or Charity Shield or something.
What happened to Casey tonight? Was he not supposed to be here or?
Oh, yeah, I think he just get caught up with work. He's been flat out, and because he's going away next week, I think he had like pressure to meet some deadlines or something. So he does send on his apologies.
Well, fuck you, Casey. I take it personally. You're a prick.
I would take it personally as well. Fucking Southern fucking fairies, man.
I mean, I've not seen every one of your episodes, but I've never seen him this one before, so it must be a personal attack.
Yeah, I mean, I would say it is. You know what I mean? And it's maybe the reason why the sound never worked the last time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like fucking mute.
Yeah,
Mute that ginger bastard.
He said he doesn't know about technology, but somehow he managed to mute us both. Yeah, really, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thanks for coming on again.
No worries.
We'll definitely get you back on. And folks, we will see you in June. As I say, no show next week. And Cooking gave us a great idea in taking a picture. So she was struggling to find mediocre hobbies ages ago to send them something. So we're going to send a picture. We're going to put your face as the thumbnail instead of my baldy head. Okay, folks. See you later on.
Sweet.
Keep it real.
Take it easy, Dom. See you later, mate.
See you later, you slags.